Hey guys, it's Bub here, and in this video we're taking a look at an ISO that was recommended to me by one of you in the comments of my last video. In this video we're taking a look at Windows 7 Supernano. Now Windows 7 Supernano has been out for quite a long time. I think the ISO was uploaded back in 2021, but it's just something interesting to take a look at because we've recently been taking a look at a lot of versions of Windows 10, Windows 11. Last video we took a very small version of Windows 11. So I'm very eager to kind of go back a little bit and take a look at Windows 7, what a really micro version of Windows 7 could look like. We've taken a look at versions like Nano 7 in the past. We've actually looked at a few smaller versions of Windows 7, but we haven't seen this one yet. I've made sure to check. So I'm eager to see kind of what it differs from previous versions that we've looked at. First difference is that everything is gray. Typically in Windows 7 it's all blue with a nice kind of arrow themed background, but it's all gray in this build. But we're gonna go through this and accept. Ooh, these icons are different. I just noticed that it's like a custom installer. See, that's like a flat Windows 11 icon. These look more modern, but wow, I actually kind of like it. It's more bare, which makes sense for what we're doing. I don't like the fact these are purple though. They should be blue, but that's just such a minor color detail. So that being said, we're going to let this install, and we'll be back once we are fully installed. Alright, so first things first that we're actually getting, I'm not able to boot into the ISO. I just use the default VMware config for the Windows 7 64-bit. I have a feeling it's something to do with drivers for the hard disk, so I'm just showing you what it does. So it briefly blue screen for like half a second, and it won't actually boot up. So not a very good impression off the bat. But I have a theory. If we go, yeah, we're using a SCSI drive. So let's try to use a SATA drive. And we'll go through the reinstall process and just see if that makes any difference. Because I have a feeling that there's something wrong with the SCSI drive drivers that come with Windows 7 Supernano. For the record, the ISO itself is about 330 megabytes. So it's a very, very, very tiny image itself. But that's because obviously it is so slimmed down. We're installing Windows for 300 megabyte ISO. So let's try this again. Alright, so that did appear to be the issue. So we changed the SATA drive and we're good to go. So let's go ahead and name this Windows. We're going to skip over the password because we don't need it. We're not going to do updates because there are no updates available anymore for Windows 7. And here we go. We are now preparing our desktop. And that's it. We're in. It was that quick. First thing we're getting is Windows can't verify this driver. Install it anyway. Why not? Oh, it's doing Red Hat Virtual I/O for some reason. Probably a part of the script that was installed on this ISO for some other various drivers. We are going to. Whoa. Well, now it's in Russian. So that wasn't the plan here. Let me try and change this back. Alright, well, unfortunately I did really try to get this out of Russian, but even changing languages is Russian, and Google Translate wasn't of much help. So, in this video, we're going to be doing a very interesting OS review, where we're going to be looking at everything in Russian. So hopefully this goes over well. So here we see on the desktop, it's our clear, regular Windows 7 wallpaper, nothing too special. On the desktop, we have our, okay, that is not it, we have our user folder. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. We have my computer, which we can see Windows 7 Professional, 2 gigs of RAM. It is a 32-bit operating system, so we are a 64-bit processor, 32-bit OS. I am noticing that it doesn't even come with the proper network drivers, which is probably why it freaked out with that Red Hat, because that was probably the hypervisor that the developer was using. We could install VMware tools, but I don't want to put any additional software on here that we don't necessarily need. Just so we can take a look at the core experience. We then have our recycle bin, and then Chrome setup, which was modified, it looks like 2019. Yeah, because that's today's date, so March 28th, 2019. Let's go ahead into our File Explorer, and we can see that, wow, this is a really tiny ISO. Installed, we're using 813 megs of our disk, which means we have 59.1 gigs free on a 59.8 gig disk, which is insane that we even have, that we have that much left. And I'm sure we could run some OS compression commands to get it down even more. Let's go ahead in here and we're going to take a look. We were actually just right in there. What's actually installed on here? There is very little. So we have our default program application. I'm going to try to do this my best, reading in a language I don't know. Oh, these ones are in English. Bluetooth file transfer, command prompt, notepad, run, explorer, calculator, some more administrative tools, control panel, no games, nothing in startup, and then nothing in whatever this actually is. I have no clue. In terms of CPU and RAM usage, we are utilizing, let's see here, 277 megs of RAM, so pretty good being idle. This VM has 2 gigs of RAM. And then we have 2%, well, now 22%. It bounces back and forth, CPU utilization, just like every other Windows install does. Nothing too out of the ordinary on that perspective. Let's go ahead and see specifically if I can even tell you which version. Okay, so we are Windows 7 Service Pack 1, so we don't have any of the additional service packs. We're still on the original one. I did notice that we don't actually by default have a web browser, which is probably why Chrome is included on the desktop. But because it's a 2019 build of Chrome, I'm very curious to see, well, first of all, we don't have internet connection, so it's probably not the offline installer. I just wanted to see what version of Chrome it was going to install, but if it's not an offline installer, then we're probably not going to actually get it. But Chrome 2019 came out a while ago, actually. Yeah, no internet. But yeah, Chrome in 2019, I don't even know what version that was. That was so long ago. Do we have any wallpapers? No, we don't. We can switch. If we had VMware Tools, we could probably get the Arrow theme working. It does have that theme. But we can also switch to Windows Classic, any one of the high contrast themes, and then back to the traditional Windows 7 non-Arrow. I don't believe there's probably, yep, that's screen resolution. There's probably no screen savers, I would imagine. Let's see if I can actually find screen savers with my never learned Russian before. Yep, here we go. Yep, there's no screen savers available, so those all got stripped out as well. So that being said, this is just a brief overview of Windows 7 Super Nano. Definitely a very interesting build. Something I'm glad we took a look at because it is very lightweight, and I'm actually impressed they got it this low. If only someone could get Windows 11 down to this kind of 800 meg install. Although I'm a little disappointed in the fact that we couldn't look at it a little more because I couldn't get out of Russian. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just didn't get the time in to make that change. So that being said, if you have any other video ideas, please let me know down in the comments below because I love doing viewer recommended videos and video ideas. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.